responsible city presidents can be punished.
What time will be officially our party will start? You know?
Pag live.
Huh? Pag live.
Di live na.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're going live. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Sakto yung jersey.
Yeah, the best feeling in the world, man.
Let's see, I have a Liverpool sleeper with me always. It's kind of hot here in Davao right now. So it feels like summer.
Summer na.
Guys,
Summer na, oh.
naka-live na to, narinig kayo. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
I just bought a Liverpool underwear. I mean, it's not supposed to be it's supposed to be shown, so it's no longer an underwear for me.
Here we go, guys.
All right.
Here we go. So we're streaming. All right. Good evening, everybody. Congratulations, mga champion. Ang sarap ba ng Woo! Okay. Ayan. Let's go around the horn, no? Everyone introduce themselves. Where are you from? Para makita ng buong mundo kung taga saan kayo dito. Let's start with you, Sel. Let's start with you. Introduce yourself.
Me? Okay. Yeah. I'm Sel. I've been following Liverpool for 15 years. And wow. I'm based in Manila, but I'm originally from Mindanao, Iligan City.
Nice. Show them your shirt.
Yeah, this shirt was given to me by my first Liverpool friend, Jen De La Rosa. So we used to play football, Sunday football in Ateneo 15 years ago. And now Jen, shout out to Jen, he is based in London and he was cheering for the Liverpool club this morning.
Nice. Okay, let's go to Miko.
Miko, so originally I'm from Makati. But right now I'm from medyo malayo. Well, malapit lang pero maliit lang isla namin. Then, the good thing about this is, so naghahanap ako ng ibang Liverpool fan dito kasi supposedly big ang football dito, big sport yung football dito sa island, more than rugby or more than basketball. Yeah. So wala akong makita na kahit isa. And then nagkaroon akong office mate na taga Ilongga siya, taga Iloilo. And then her husband was he's a big Barcelona fan. No, Barcelona or Real Madrid fan.
Okay.
So the husband is a Real Madrid fan, and then the wife, because gusto niya lang asarin yung asawa niya, she's a Barca fan. And then the husband, we connect kasi yun nga, football, ganyan. Yun. So kahit isa, meron akong ka-fan dito.
Yo, Chris, your turn, man.
Yeah. Hi guys, good evening. I'm Chris, and I'm from actually it's part of Quezon City, but we're very near San Juan, near Green Hills. So kumbaga parang halos magkatabi lang, nasa border lang. And I don't. I can't remember when was the first time decided to support Liverpool. No, but I think it just comes out naturally because I mean, if you're a football, if you're if you're into football, I couldn't. You know, I think the most sensible thing to do is just to support Liverpool and wala nang iba, just Liverpool.
Nice, nice. Oh, Matthew, all the way from Davao. Matthew. Yo, Matt. Your turn, Matt.
Yeah, like you said, from Davao, and I used to play for Ateneo here in Davao way back in the 80s. And I started supporting Liverpool because as a kid, we used to play Monopoly with my brothers. And there's a Liverpool station, you know, and yeah, Liverpool station.
Pambihira.
And we love the Beatles kasi eh. So, when I heard about Liverpool as a football team, yun na agad yung gusto ko. Hindi na ako dumaan sa ibang teams. Yun na agad. No, with Buboy, let's ask Buboy. Bakit Liverpool?
Oh, Liverpool was when I started playing football, it was like early 80s. Early 80s. The only use in football in Europe was Liverpool. So it was, and then I knew that I'm gonna love Liverpool. And then after I hate them because they suck in like 90s. So I said, I mean, I'm not anybody who's like you wanna go, wanna go one club or to the other. This club has a loyalty thing, and then that I like because I like the olden times. I like the word of bond in one sentence,
Mhm.
So that's why now is for me, it's everything.
Yeah.
Ever since 90s.
Thanks,
I
Buboy.
I I, I, I played in the aside from fifth grade. I went to school in Manila. I played for Perpetual in high school and San Beda in college,
Mhm.
and then went to Davao, and then here we started a community here which we call Davao Football Community, and then it's still lasting now. Grew bigger from just like the Liverpool history from now to everything. Liverpool is not everything.
All right. For those watching this Zoom webcast for the LFC supporters, si Buboy and Matt
Oh, hello.
are in Davao. They were there in Panaan. Ascal Sting, tama ba? Matt?
Sorry, may call ako.
And, so
Go
these
Ascal.
are time football fans. O yan, Alex.
Yes,
Alex,
hello, sorry.
join us. So magpakilala ka sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, Alex.
Boys and girls.
Alex, we're
Sa
live.
Facebook. Oh, sorry.
Oo, nanonood si Jurgen Klopp tsaka si
Akala ko tayo lang.
Miss Linda. Hi, Miss Linda.
Alex Van Dijk.
Alex,
Say hello to everybody.
introduce yourself, Alex.
So, si Matthew.
Yo, Alex, introduce yourself, dude. And how long have you been a Liverpool fan? Yeah.
Si Matthew. Ayos.
That's yung shirt, oh.
Alex, can you hear? Can you hear? Alex, clear ba yung audio? Alex?
Everybody.
Huh? Is the audio clear, Alex? Alex? Alex, introduce yourself, Alex, for our web audience. Ayan, nag-scarf na.
Commute.
May Nakamute si, teka, yan, natin si Alex. Hold on a second, I'm trying to unmute him. Bakit tayo yan. Alex, introduce yourself.
Mag-zoom eh.
That's okay. Introduce yourself, Alex. How long have you been a Liverpool fan, dude?
Yes. Okay, Alex, from... kinakabahan ako.
Go, Alex.
Hello, Reds. I'm Alex. I'm from Ilocos.
Ilocos, Slovakia.
And since...
Nico,
kailan?
Nico, yung anak mo, Liverpool fan na rin yung anak mo, Nico. Is your son a Liverpool fan as well, Nico?
Yes. Well, ginugroom ko siya maging Liverpool fan.
Start them young.
Start them young, man. Start them young.
Oh,
Yeah.
Order yung kit niya. Ngayon niya lang sinuot. Buti sinuot tonight.
Okay. You want to ask, I've been a Liverpool fan for, oh my God, as a kid. Handa na ako, 1979 pa tayo Liverpool fan.
1979.
Tulad ni Matthew, Beatles because of the Beatles. Doon nagsimula yun. Okay, we want to ask everyone, when you saw that Chelsea did Man City or a few what was your emotion that you felt? Did you cry? What were your first thoughts? Let's start with you, Chris.
Yeah, actually, I wasn't really keen on watching the match because I was trying to catch up on sleep. I mean, I was having some anxiety attacks recently, and I couldn't stay up late. And I've been doing some exercise, but around 2 in the morning, parang hindi na ako makakatulog, may nag-forward ng link. So I have to wait for, sabi ko, antayin ko lang kaya muna sandali. And then during the second half, pwede naman ako matulog. Well, to cut the long story short, I was able to finish it, and I couldn't even shout because my wife, my kid, they were all sleeping, and I don't want to wake up the neighbors, so I just kept it to myself. Pero you know what? After, I mean, medyo ano siya medyo nakakainis kasi you couldn't shout, you couldn't jump, and it's like, 5 in the morning, and then ano gagawin ko? Lalabas, tatakbo sa labas ng bahay. So wala, I was just lying there. And then mga around 6, I had breakfast. I was looking at yung mga old Liverpool magazines ko. And then that's it. But parang it feels so surreal kasi well, I've been supporting Three Lions, and speaking of heartbreak, my heart was broken several times already. And then so that's why I said, I'm used to seeing my team not making it to the finals, and yet now after 30 long years, Liverpool finally won Premier League. So hindi pa siguro umiyak ako mga around lunchtime, yung ako na lang mag-isa eh. So parang doon talaga siya nag-sink in na, oh man, I mean, we're not only the champions of Europe, we're the champions of the world, and now finally, I mean, officially, we are now the champions of England. So, I mean, Liverpool for me, it's not just one of the clubs that I actually read about, but it's like a lifestyle, I mean, you don't just follow them, but you actually embrace, what that club really stand for, diba? So I said, wow. I mean, they were out there in Merseyside, people were celebrating, but here in Manila, I said, I mean, we might be separated by, yung distance, but when it comes to yung devotion for the club, man, we're all in the same boat. I mean, we're part of this wonderful family. So, yeah,
Nice, nice. Wonderful story. Sel, how about you? What's your story, for about this?
About just today's win or
Huh?
the entire no. Uh,
Yeah.
I just watched it. Actually, I supported Liverpool, not not watching the 2005 Champions League finals. So it was after. It was actually ang funny nun. I met a friend and we just had a bet na ano siya football fan. We betted on who the team was. He made me choose which team to choose first, to bet on, and then I just liked the way that Stevie G was handling himself. So I said I want that red team, and then he was shocked because those were the champions. He went like that. But I said, I have no history yet of who this team are, but I like the way that guy is conducting himself. So I'm going to stick with this team. And that started it. That snowballed. But that was 2005. Um, no social media. Internet was really not that prevalent pa. So it was really hard getting news, and then you don't see any other people wearing the football jerseys. So I met one friend from yun nga, si Jen, and that's and I saw that he wore a Liverpool shirt, so that started it. Now you're a Liverpool fan. I'm just a new something like that, and so that started it. He made me play football in Ateneo every Sunday, surrounded by players who were wearing Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea, and Barcelona. So kami lang dalawa yung Liverpool fans. The rest were wearing this other jerseys, and I said no, I'm gonna stick with this team, and no matter what. So all the up and downs with Brendan Rodgers na almost, and then last year when we almost won, na gusto mo nang umiyak, lahat yon from Luis Suarez to Fernando Torres, ang sakit, pero sige lang, push on, and then di ba 2011 the Ascals became big, and we had Facebook. So the football community came together, and wala pa rin, konti pa rin yung Liverpool, mas madami pa rin yung from other teams. But I'm very thankful about Facebook because dito tayo we got to meet each other, and that's when the thing was September, di ba? Alex was there, right? September 4, 2013, when we decided to watch the Man United match, and Daniel Sturridge was the one who scored the lone goal for that. No, we were mid-table, I think, that time, and then when Daniel Sturridge scored that goal, it was like the finals. Wow, we were shouting. Okay, so and now this time with Klopp, wow, sobrang kanina hindi ako makaiyak. I couldn't cry because I had work. um, so no, keep yourself together because you still have to work. And then so kanina when I came back home, I watched all the interviews. Dun na. I started, my God, all these years. It's starting to pay off, and it's yeah. We still have to keep once a red, always a red.
Yan.
Yeah,
Wonderful
that's
story.
right.
You like the passion. Thanks for that passion, Sel. Miko, ikaw naman, watching today, you found out the news. Ano reaction mo, Miko? Ganun din ba? Naging emotional ka ba? Kwento ka dyan, kwento.
Well, I think lahat naman naging emotional, di ba? Pero on the way to work, syempre, lagi lang ako nagsa-sound trip on the way to work. Pero kanina, full blast, you'll never walk alone, punk version, while driving to work like this. Yeah. And then, like, all throughout the day, puro ganun lang. Nagtagal nating inintay ito. And then, for the longest time, ako lang yung kilala kong fan. Hanggang sa nahatak ako dito sa Coffee Noise yan. And then, well, I guess, sobrang saya lang na you have people to celebrate this with. Diba? Na people you can relate to na matagal din na nagtiis.
Tama.
But all in all, good win.
Yeah. He is right. Now let's listen from Matthew all the way there from Davao. Matt, can you share your
Yeah.
story this morning, Matt? Kwento ka dyan. What happened? Did you
Yeah.
watch what happened this morning for you?
I really wanted Chelsea to lose because I wanted to win in City, di ba? Yan.
Right.
So,
Right.
when we won, it didn't really matter na. Yun lang. We won na. That's it. Akala ko, parang, diba? Parang akala ko baka mas masarap yung feeling kung nanalo tayo sa game and then we became champions, diba? Kasi ang dami nagsasabi na Liverpool, Lampard helped us. No?
So masama loob mo, Matt.
Season I'm breaking records like from Ajax. So I hope we get to the century.
107. Let's go for 107.
Let's go for the 100th century. But then we break already so much record.
Tama ba? 107 ba maximum points available?
Yeah, because we have
107
7 more matches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
7
so
times
21,
3,
21.
21. So we were
Yeah,
86
107.
already. 21. Yeah, 107.
That's right. That's right. Matt, di ka naman naiyak, Matt.
Hindi ko pa alam. Hindi pa nagsisingkin yata eh. Kasi I was too sleepy when the game was won. Natulog na lang ako. Parang, so, nagbubuhay kanina, we went
What Matthew is
biking.
meaning to say is the feeling is better than sex.
Yata for public consumption yun. All right. Thanks for what you're sharing, Matt. Okay, since nawala si Alex, ako muna. Syempre optimistic tayo mag-champion. No? And I thought when we got that run, January, I said, we're gonna win this na. Because traditionally, in the last 4 tries, January was like their Achilles heel. Whether under Brendan or Rafa, dun sila talagang nagsislip up sa January. And once we got past January, I said, we're gonna win this. This is ours. And this morning, I was drifting in and out of sleep because, like Chris, I needed to get my sleep. But towards the last the last couple of minutes of the game, I woke up and I watched because I really don't want to watch the other teams. I mean, I do, but not like this. I want us to win our way in, not benefit from another team's victory. But we'll take it. We'll take it. And the moment the final whistle blew, umiyak ako eh. Umiyak talaga ako. My wife looked at me and said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "Well, you don't understand. So don't even bother trying to ask me to explain that." Diba? That's why I don't bring you. I don't bring you when I go to Liverpool. Tsaka lang. Hindi mo naman maintindihan eh. So, bakit pa? Diba? So, I have to endure so much BS from my friends or United fans. And a lot eh. Diba? The 90s.
Same here.
Diba? We endure that BS from them eh. And, I don't want to make fun of them now because sabihin nila, wala tayong klase. Magpakita tayo ng klase sa kanila, diba?
Oh, yeah.
So, but all that rush of emotions na coming so close. Alam mo, nung kay Stevie G, yung nadulas siya, si Steven. Oh my God, talagang the title literally slipped away. And then, I remember about 2 years later.
2014.
Yeah, a year later, I was in Anfield watching them playing Everton. Everton scores on a free kick in the last 1 minute of play. So it was a 1-1 draw. And then the supporters behind me, because I was next to the cop, they were saying, it's just like losing it all over again. So kahit draw, para kang talo. So I cried. I cried and I wasn't ashamed of crying. It felt good. watching Jurgen lose it in that interview.
Yeah.
Umiyak na naman ako. I cried.
Right.
I mean, Jurgen is so strong. He's so strong. But finally it came out. Diba? People were calling him that he couldn't win a Champions League. Diba? And all that. And then his first 2 finals with Liverpool, talo pareho. And then, sarap ng feeling eh. And then, I thought about you guys. Like, these people stand my pain. So, sarap ng feeling talaga. Ayun, so, while we're waiting for Alex to come forward, we have some other guys to join. John, your video. Si Ash, nandito. John, sali ka sa Zoom. He's inside, but naka-off yung kanyang... Anyway.
Yeah, he's having some connection problems though. I'm actually chatting with him. It's John.
Okay, so while we're
Si John!
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for Alex, okay, Alex, yo. Guys, okay. I know that it's barely been 24 hours, but nag-sink in na ba sa inyo? Miko. O parang lumulutang ka eh. Miko, nawala si Miko?
Yan.
Alright.
Yep. Siguro hindi pa masyadong ramdam na. Ewan ko, in a few days siguro mag-celebrate pa tayo.
Yun yung maganda.
Or years, or months.
Siguro kung nandun tayo sa virtual live mismo, mas ramdam natin, no? No, Chris?
Back on our perch, man.
What's that?
May nagsabi sa amin.
Siguro na Merseyside, mas dama natin.
Oh yeah. Kasi it's like it's like a place of pilgrimage, diba? It's the desire of every Liverpool fan to go to Anfield. So it would have been more special if we were there, but yeah, of course. I mean, given the situation, diba? So okay na rin to. So like what I mentioned earlier, we might be separated by sobrang laking distance, but when it comes to our dedication, our passion, showing our support to to a very special club, that actually unites us. I mean, not only us here in Liverpool Football Club Philippines, but lahat ng mga fans dito sa world or sa earth, di ba? So we're actually one big family, and I think it has what makes us unique is we are as passionate as the ones who are from Merseyside, di ba? Kahit hindi tayo taga ron, but again, when it comes to passion, we can actually call ourselves as parang Scousers na rin kasi I mean, di ba? Imagine waking up not waking, but we have to wait until 3 in the morning for us to watch yung mga matches nila, especially pag yung mga Champions League matches, pahamak na yan. And you have to wake up very early in the morning. Okay lang sana kung wala kang gagawin kinabukasan, di ba? And yet, in spite of that, still ginagawa natin yan kahit, minsan natatalo or what. But for us, it doesn't matter kasi even if our club, loses in a match, but still the fact na, we were able to show our support by watching lahat ng mga matches nila, for us, that's the most important thing.
Maganda yung sinabi ni Chris, no? Ikaw, Miko, you said that for the longest time na parang feeling mo, ikaw lang yung Liverpool fan. Pero, it's...
Diba? Yung mga kilala ko,
You'd still wear the colors, man. You'd still wear the jerseys and all that.
Yeah. Kahit ako lang mag-isa, mga pinsan ko lahat, mga basketball gusto niyan, mga kabarkada ko. Ako, Liverpool, man. Parang, wala eh. But, ba?
But
I
that's
think, habang tumatagal, yung pride ko, being a fan, tumataas, tumitibay siya. Kasi, alam mo yun, not every fan experience kung ano yung naranasan natin, di ba? The Gerard Slip, Juarez, Torres, things like that.
yeah.
And then right now, peaking, di ba? From that Dortmund win,
Yeah.
kahit ngayon medyo maalat na si Lord. And then Europa Championship, pero nawala. And then yung kay Salah with Ramos, and then we bounce back with Tottenham. And then now, di ba?
Yeah.
So, kakaiba lang.
Yeah. Matthew. Matthew,
Yes, Rick.
you all know that Davao is football country.
Yeah.
Now, what's it like? What's the situation there? Are there more Mancs over there? Are there a lot of Arsenal fans? What's it like there? And you being a Liverpool, kumusta yung Liverpool fans dyan sa Davao? No? Marami ba kayo? Kasi si Miko, feeling ni Miko, island siya eh. Di ba?
Mag-isa
Miko,
lang ako dito sa
Nico,
isla.
hindi ka nag-iisa. Davao is a united city.
Oh.
It's either United or La Liga. It's either United or Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Oh.
Those are the three teams. Kami, Liverpool, I think we're just four. Ang kilala ko, 4 lang. So, ang daming tao dito. Parang 4 na ata kami. Wala pa yung 2 dito. How many are we? We are few, but we are the best.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
Marines to, ha? The few, the proud, ha?
Nice.
Very, vindicating, kumbaga.
Nice.
Sarap ng feeling. Nasa top ulit tayo. Wow!
Yeah. Guys, being Liverpool fans, is it part of your budget, of your plans na, hey, I gotta get a new kit? You know, mga ganon.
Kasama Alex yata yung maganda yung sagot dyan.
Depende lahat kay Alex siya.
Yeah.
Wala si paring Alex eh. Si Nico muna. Si Nico.
Yeah.
Nico, ikaw magkwento.
Pag si Alex nag-alok, go!
Pero ano yun, kasi syempre, di ba yung merchandise, it's not exactly cheap, guys. It's not. Di ba, I know some of us get more than one kit. You get even the other colors, the alternative kits, and the away kits. You can get the scarves and whatever. So, but that comes with being the part of a fan, yung passion. Ikaw,
Right.
ka ba na you gotta have it? How does it work for you, Sel? Sel, how does it work for you? I mean, do you buy the merch?
So, with the kit kasi, it's very hard. It's not available here in Manila. And what's this? So every time that there's an available na pang female, I do buy. So for example, yung anong kit yun? I forgot, but it's still standard chartered and new nung inano sa isang, I think you also broadcasted that they're gonna start selling. So I had to go out my way. I don't usually go to this mall in Makati, but I went out because that's the only mall that had that.
Sports at Rockwell.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So I had to go there and really look. Finally, sabi ko may pang babae, and rarely with some friends who go abroad, like even Singapore lang, I ask them, can you buy me some, not the shirt but the ano lang, yung standard, like the scarves, because at least ano, one size fits all naman sa scarf. So but the merch yun, I'm not so techy, I can't go online buying, so I just wait for to go outside abroad or else
Right.
buy it here in the Philippines. But yes, I do try to save up for those kind of things.
Chris,
Yeah.
does being a fan put a dent in your budget, in your wallet?
Not anymore kasi I mean, bihira na lang ako talaga bumibili ngayon eh. Whereas nung single pa ako, I mean, I have to spend really that much on kits. I mean, not just with yung mga Liverpool kits because I do
Ayoko
collect
maniwala.
kits eh. But
Please,
but
nasa live
yeah,
TV ka.
I mean it's not I mean, come on. I mean, let's face it. It's how much does a kit cost nowadays? 3,000 plus, di ba? And 3,000, I mean, it's not an easy money. Medyo malaki na yan. 3,000, di ba? So, there's, of course, nagbabago din yung priority mo. But there are some, may mga times din talaga na, I mean, yung desire mo really to save versus yung devotion mo dun sa club. So that's why it's not really, I don't consider those as unnecessary purchases, but it's more of a, parang a necessity. Ika nga. Di ba? Kesa naman magda-drugs ako or mambababae or mambibisyo, bili ko na lang ng kits. Mamahalin pa ako ng asawa ko, di ba? And tama yun, yung sinabi ni Sal kanina, I mean, unfortunately, ang hirap bumili ng mga Liverpool kits dito eh. And, well, of course, may time din na nagkaroon ng yung mga Warriors, di ba? Yung Warrior pa dati, bibili sa Athlete's Foot. But after that, wala na eh. Although meron naman sa ngayon, there's this, I'm not going to mention the shop na lang. I mean, who sells yung mga football, football kits. They have Liverpool kits there, but ang mahal, nasa 4,000. So, ever since talaga, I buy my stuff there at sa Singapore. And my wife, she travels a lot because of work. So doon niya rin ako nabibili ng mga ng mga kits kung saan man siya napupunta. And can I share something? But kasi there was this time, I think there was Euro 19, I don't know, no, 20 something. And she was in Rome. And I saw this kit that was being worn by Ukraine. And I said, Han, bili mo ako ng Ukraine, hanapan mo ako dyan.
Oh.
And so she asked this guy, she was in Rome. She asked this guy if they have the kit for the Ukraine national team. And the guy said, you know what, lady, you're in Rome. So how come you're looking for a Ukrainian shirt in Rome, in the middle of Rome? Man. So yeah, it's a necessity, not just an unnecessary purchases.
Oh, Miko, baka...
This is my favorite kit.
Ayan. Woo! Yan na, the man! Si Captain Fantastic. Oh, Miko, baka you can answer that question now. Do you buy the kit, the merch all the time?
Siguro not. 2-3 years ago, not really. Parang ito yung oldest kit ko na meron ako. Parang mga 2011 pa. Yeah. Then before that, I had one Carlsberg, the Reebok. Mm-hmm. Pero binigay lang sa akin yun. And recently lang akong nagbibili ng merch talaga. Noong nag-start akong nag-official member. Parang medyo mas nakakainganyo siya eh. Mm-hmm. And then from time to time, kung nagkakaroon ng chance na mag-travel, yun. Yung mga quick pick lang, scarves or mga jabulani, pero ng bata, ganyan. Ayun. Pero sa tingin ko, yung parating na kit or yung may Champions badge dito na Premier League.
Yeah.
Mukhang mainit sa mata ko eh.
Must have yun, pare, champion after 30 years.
Oo eh. Ito yung badge eh.
Oo, tama ka
So
doon.
we'll see.
Right.
makukuha yung purchase order.
Oh, ikaw, Matthew. Busy sila nagkakwentuhan ni Buboy dyan sa Davao eh. habang distracted si Matthew. Ako, I think since they got Adidas as their shirt sponsor, I have every single jersey year after year, no? But ako kasi siguro, for those who know me well, I'm a collector. So, lahat kino-collect ko. From yung DVDs, yung season reviews, kompleto ko. I have the books. Lalo na, I'm a journalist. In my line of work, I need it. So I collect. I have a lot of stuff. It's, I hate going to their shop because I end up spending more than I actually want to. But I tell myself naman, it's the price that you pay. It's the price that you pay for being a fan. Diba? Ganun talaga pag fan ka papakita mo yung devotion mo, yung not just through purchases, that's one way, di ba? Pero ang sarap ng feeling, di ba? Suit mo Steven Gerrard, di ba? Nakalagay sa likod.
Yeah.
Favorite footballer mo, di ba? Alex, can you finally join us, Alex, na makipagkwentuhan? Si Boss Alex busy mag-set up, di ba? Alam na namin, pogi ka. Hindi mo na kailangan patunayan sa buong mundo.
Ayan, si Alex. Source ng merchandise yan.
He's the source.
Kaya kinakabahan ako tuwing nag-PPM si Alex sa akin. Naku, mapapabili na naman ako.
Alex, ayan. Alam mo, maraming pumasok na sa chat room natin, pero naka-off yung video and audio nila. There are actually 9 of us already inside, but 6 lang tayo na may video. Hindi ko alam bakit nakapatay yung video ng iba. Alright. Bilang Liverpool fan, sabi nyo nga, more often than not, mas maraming mga United fans. Has anyone ever given you stick for wearing a Liverpool jersey? Or whether wallpaper mo Liverpool, di ba, nakasuot ka ng jersey, may mga nangaasar ba kahit sa Facebook wall mo? And paano mo sagutin? Wag muna natin pag-usapan, champions tayo ngayon. Paano niyo sinasagot? Let's start with Alex, ikaw muna. Hindi ka pa namin napapakinggan. Ikaw muna, Alex.
Magsalita ka.
Huwag kang shy. Masyado ka shy. Huwag ka maglala, na-discover ka na noon pa.
Kung gusto mo mag-increase sales mo, magsalita ka.
Alex.
I repeat the question.
Alex, we can hear you.
Yes, pwede pa-repeat yung topic.
Wow. Max naman to. Alex, the question is...
Virtual na yun.
Yes, virtual.
Alex, the question is, I always see you wearing red. So when you wear the colors, do people give you stick? Do they give you crap for being a Liverpool fan? And how do you deal with that crap? Yo, Alex. Hindi ka na naka-mute. Pwede ka na magsalita. Don't shy.
Naglolo ko yung signal ko. Hindi ko nakuha yung last sentence. Hindi ko nakuha yung...
Alex, tignan mo yung chat. Itatype ko na lang. Itatype ko muna yung tanong.
Sure,
Let's hear muna from Chris.
Na lang kayo.
Chris, ikaw muna sa
Na lang tayo.
Alex, check mo yung chat. I'm gonna send you the question right now. Chris, ikaw muna sumagot, Chris.
Sige,
sige. Sorry I'm so novice. Okay.
Ayan, check the chat. Go, Chris, go.
Yeah. So far wala pa naman kasi in terms of yung football culture ng mga different supporters dito sa atin. I mean, culturally we're not really that ganun ka-engaging 'di ba? Kasi medyo parang aloof tayo whereas sa ibang places, sa ibang countries, they were very vocal about it. But wala kasi like I mentioned, I collect kits, so not only Liverpool, and I never experienced na parang kinansyawan or what. But I do experience na yung, parang may nakakasalubong ka sa mall and you're wearing this particular jersey and then people would just nod at you and then you would know for a fact that these people are, they're supporters. Kaya ganun. Pero kung meron man, well, siguro I will not respond naman violently, but I'm just going to show to them the trophies that we won since last year. I think that would speak,
Yeah.
a lot.
Being classy. Oh, Ryan.
Bakit ay kaya nag-nod sa'yo?
Unmute natin si Ryan. The Zoom. Ryan.
Yes.
Oh, so he catches up in the conversation. How long have you been a Liverpool fan and bakit Liverpool pinili mo?
92.
Yan.
First year nila Fowler.
Yan.
Oo. Doon nakikita yung edad no? Kala Dalglish eh.
Bakit Liverpool, Ryan? Why not United? Why not Arsenal? Why not Chelsea?
The first match na napanood ko sa VHS, di pa VHS, ng Betamax.
Max.
Legend!
Ano yung Betamax?
Go, Ryan.
So, yung first time ko, maganda to, Liverpool. And during that time, nag-start pa lang ako matutong mag-football. And sila yung unang team na napanood ko. Well, sino ba yung kalaban nila nun? Forget. Basta parang Chelsea yata or any blue yung kalaban eh. Hindi ko maalala. Basta naalala ko yung red. Gusto ko yung red. And Liverpool. So, from that time, sinubaybayan ko na sila.
Pero Ryan, are you the type of fan na year after year, bibili ka ng kit, scarf, ganon?
Yung mga memento, mga small stuff, not the kit. Kasi, ano lang hindi ako mahilig talaga magsuot. Kaya, hindi ako confident magsuot ng dark color. Dahil kulay ko pa lang maitim, parang sunog ako lagi. So, pag white naman, ganun din. Lalabas pa rin yung color ko, skin color. So, nag-confident. Kung bumibili ng scarf or yung mga lapis, ball, mga ganun. Basta small things, keychain. Doon ako, nag-enjoy na ako ng stickers, ref magnet, stuff.
Well,
so recent lang na, ngayon may anak na ako.
Right.
Lang ako nag-start kaya lang sa kanila, mas bagay sa kanila dahil yung hindi kami parehas ng color. Mas fair yung skin nila. So, bagay sa kanila yung red.
okay, nawala si John. Baka we can still ask you, Ryan, nung nalaman mo nag-champion this morning ang Liverpool, ano reaction mo? Napaiyak ka ba? Napatalon ka ba? Anong nangyari sa'yo this morning?
This morning, mga after nung match.
Oh.
Right after. Hindi ko alam. Well, stunned. I mean, parang, basta hindi ako makapaniwala 30 years, well, almost 30 years na akong fan. So, 28 weeks parang,
wow.
Never expected na mangyayari sa lifetime. When, after the Steven Gerrard slip, hindi ko na in-expect mangyayari sa lifetime ko, parang yung Premier League. Yung Europe walang problema, lagi tayo. Pero yung Premier League parang, ang hirap nang mabot. But last year, there's some hope. Pero yung this year, parang, yung this season, until nung last few games, parang after nung lockdown sa England, hindi na yata mangyayari. Lumalabo na nga natin, parang hindi talaga kaya. Nung nag-restart, parang wala pa rin eh. Especially after nung match. Parang mukhang mag-slip up na naman Parang last year, nag-slip na naman. Hindi na naman talaga mangyari. Pero wala. Wala, umiyak lang ako, tapos natuwa ako, ginising ko yung anak ko. Parang gano'n. Tatawa siya nung morning, tatawa siya. Yun lang. Then nakita ko yung mga videos na, lalo yung isang sinend ko sa chat, sa group chat na third generation na sila. Yung parang cartoon. So parang, naisip ko lang, parang kami yun third generation na to eh.
Well, congratulations, Ryan. Champions tayo ngayon.
Campeones.
We can hear
Campeones.
John, with us. John, can you hear us? John, baka ikaw naman, mag-share ka. How long have you been a Liverpool fan? Anong feeling mo kanina?
Yes.
Champion tayo.
Hello?
John, we can hear you. Sige, John.
Yeah, I think he was still in shock.
Have I seen the Champions League? So,
John,
sorry,
did
did
you
you
say?
guys hear me? Hello? Hello?
John, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yung video.
Hindi ba?
Sige, John,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Hello? Hello? Hindi ba? Okay. Yeah, sobrang... Yep. In no words. Sobra. Yeah, to answer his question, yung ends 2005. Actually, first team ko talaga Juventus. And then, I saw the final between Milan and Liverpool, and I wanted Liverpool. To win kasi rival ng Juventus nun, Milan eh. And so, 3-0 naman to. I saw the final between. Ang aga-aga, hindi na parang gusto ko mangyari na mataling Milan. And then after that, second half, sabi ko, tapos let's Caesar and Alonso, di ba? So parang sabi ko, Liverpool, you're my king na. So since 2005, the journey started. And sobrang, yeah. And yun, all those years, ang daming heartbreaks, we always fell short of winning the Premier League. I guess today, nabula lahat yun. So, yeah.
Congratulations. Oh, guys, before we proceed, class picture muna tayo. Lahat tumingin. Matthew, Buboy, mga nasa Davao. Harap lang muna kayo. Class picture tayo.
Yes.
Gagamitin ko to sa article. This is Anfield. Tara, parang nawala. Nag-freeze frame sila Mike, sila Mac. Wala,
Halata ko 90s yung jersey ko. Loose.
Matt, parang gumagalaw ba yung kay Matt? Sel, can you see Matt?
Matthew,
Hindi gumagalaw.
Yo!
last picture.
Matt, nag-freeze yung...
Wala ba kami?
Hindi, nag-freeze frame.
Yung video.
Yan.
Yeah, go for the freeze.
So na-chill eh.
Everyone, look at the camera. Smile. Class picture. 1, 2, 3.
Tapos na kami.
Hold on.
Wala sila Matthew.
One more. Class picture. One more.
Campeones!
Nice. Okay.
Campeones.
Magpatuloy ang diskusyon. Guys, pag-usapan natin yung community ng LFC. Baka Chris, you might want to take charge here kasi hindi na ako knowledgeable dyan. Kumusta yung community dito? Para lang malaman ng mga nanonood, may grupo. Alex, pwede ka ning... Alex,
Si Alex.
salita Alex. May technical difficulties dun kay Alex. Baka you can share already about the LFC group. Diba? And then so the supporters out there na who don't know, who they feel they're probably an island, like me 20 years ago. Malaman nila may grupo. Sige, Chris, Alex.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook account for all the Liverpool supporters here in the Philippines. I think it's Liverpool FC Philippines. So you can just search it over at Facebook and then add us. There are several FB pages, but the most active ones, I think we have 2 pages are very active. And just one of those page is I think it's a private page, so you have to to join, and and then one of the moderators will just have to approve you, and it's very active. Like we got to apprise all the members regarding any activities, but definitely, I mean, currently we don't have any we don't have any activities because of the lockdown. But during last year and the other year, we were able to come up with a team. We couldn't use definitely we couldn't use the name Liverpool as a name for our team. So we just wanted to retain the initial LFC, and that's why Alex was he was the one who came up with the idea, and he said, "Oh, let's name ourselves the Lovren Football Club."
Yeah.
Still LFC. So, nagsawa na kami sa Lovren. Sabi, ibahin naman natin.
Ako yun!
Alright, pwede natin sabihing Linda
Ako yun!
Football Club. Ikaw ba yun? Sige, ikaw na.
Grabber ba?
We join yung mga football tournaments. So, if you want to, play with us, hang out with us, just get in touch with us through our FB page. Yeah, si Miko yung gumawa ng crest.
Ganda. Good job, Miko.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go any further, the former coach of Kaya, Maor Rosen, says congratulations.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
LFC fans. Rick Padilla, who played for Loyola Meralco, among other football clubs, says, congrats Liverpool from a Man United fan. Yeah. So, gracious. Si Chiefy Kaligdong is watching us from Canada.
Chiefy!
Liverpool fan yan. Greet niyo si Chiefy.
Idol! Nakamiss si Chiefy.
Okay. Alam mo guys, dun sa national team, sa Ascals nun, ilan lang ang Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Chiefy, of course, team manager Dan Palami, Rob Gear, Neil Etheridge. Then all the rest, except for Chris Greatwich, who is a Tottenham fan, everyone else are United. So you can imagine, around 2010, height ng dominance yan ng United.
Yeah.
So, grabe yung kantsawan. Then, of course, Simon McMenemy, Liverpool yan, di ba? So, grabe yung kantsawan sa mga bus, sa hotel room, lalo na pag may game, ay, grabe yung kantsawan. So, and it was hard to be a Liverpool fan, but nandun naman si Boss Dan tsaka si Coach Simon, kaya hindi sila makahirit masyado. So, okay, magpatuloy yung diskusyon. Boss Alex, anong plano ng grupo sa mga celebration? Di ba? Matutuloy pa ba yung Boss Night? Anong mga plano?
Well, actually, yung first plan pa before is the Boss Night. I think planchado na lahat before COVID. And then actually, Mr. Monty Macalina of Mayonnaise, the frontman of Mayonnaise, very siya na mag-perform in front of all Liverpool supporters dito sa Pilipinas. I think kung hindi lang talaga nagka-COVID, itong time na nag-champion tayo, baka nakailang boss night na tayo eh. Pero hopefully may ibang mga performers. I think kahit na ako kasi very busy before si Monty ng mayonnaise. I think may mga willing na naman ng performers na marunong mag-gitara, marunong kumanta, ano. So, yun sana. Pero right now, hindi na natin siya magagawa. So, more on siguro online boss night kung sino yung another set ng Zoom, ano. After that, and then, what else? Ano ba yung mga plans natin?
Yung face mask, Boss Alex, baka pwede may kwento yon.
Oh, well, actually si Miko, we have a chat, I think a few days ago or yesterday about yung sa face mask. So, Miko's, yung design is ginagawa na niya, and then I think it's a black and red. And then sabi niya, incorporate na rin niya yung pagiging champion natin sa Champions League and Premier League. So, napag-usap before na for every face mask na bibilhin, merong isang mask na donate tayo for any group, any charity. So, pati any proceeds o meron gagamitin sa charitable works. So, yun yung second na activity.
Yan.
So hopefully I think by this weekend makapag-come up na si Nico ng design, and then we can proceed na dun sa
weekend
Nico pressure.
Oo nga eh. Si Alex.
Kaya ni Miko yan.
Guys,
Si Lord na lang ilagay natin ulit.
may nabanggit si Alex earlier na kahit si Ryan nabanggit niya nung nag-stop yung football dahil sa pandemic, biglang hindi natin alam kung magkaka-season, matutuloy pa yung season. And if you remember, at one point, Rio Ferdinand was saying we should not continue. Di ba? Sinasabi ni Rio Ferdinand yan. How did you feel about that? Na, oh my God, all this work, this hard work might end up in nothing. What were your thoughts? Sel, let's start with you, Sel.
Shock nung time na yon kasi parang it's so near and yet everything is against us. So parang yung nung March, I was thinking, is it really gonna happen or wala? Because parang the universe is saying no. So sobrang naiiyak ako nung time na yon na mukhang hindi pa rin talaga from last season na 1 point lang, tapos biglang the universe is kind of ganging up on us. Parang ganun yung feeling. But then yun, buti na lang that they continued it. I felt that they should finish it because it was unfair that we were doing so well. We were way ahead of them and then they're not gonna count that season. Parang wala na lang daw, wala tong season na to. So,
i-wipe out lahat, no?
Oo.
Mga null voiders. Sila no?
Pero matanong kita kayong lahat, no? Sabi ng iba kasi, masyado kayong selfish, iniisip na titulo, championship. But it's gonna come at the cost of the health of a lot of people. What were you thinking about that? Ikaw, Miko, ano naisip mo noon nung sinasabi ng nag-criticize sila? Iniisip niya championship.
It's not about having championship. Syempre, first and foremost, yung safety ng karamihan, di ba? And then, I think the higher-ups, the people involved in the decision-making for all of this were given a chance to contemplate kung ano yung way forward, di ba? So, I think, whatsoever man yung opinion ng iba, yung mga taong talagang mag-decision, nagkaroon sila ng time para pag-isipan yung mga yun, di ba? And then they decided na we push through. Pero yung initial reaction ko dun sa mga null and voiders, parang censored, pero di ba? Parang hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na null and void mo lahat yan. Unang sa kanila, sige nga, habulin yung points namin.
Mm.
Diba? Kung mahabol nyo, well and good. Diba? Secondly, ang daming resources na ginugol ng mga team, ng fans, management, di ba? Then you null and void the whole thing. Parang it's a big waste of effort na parang wala katuturan. Why would you do that? Di ba? So, really, I'm just thankful na, alam mo yun, kahit despite all the challenges, we push through. Although, hindi tayo nanalo sa derby.
Okay lang yun.
Pero iniisip ko kanina, siguro kaya hindi pinanalo yung derby para hindi masyadong mapahiya eh. Pero, yun.
Pero first impact naman nila yan. Ryan, matanong kita, kasi maliban doon sa sinasabi nila Rio Ferdinand, some people were also accusing na, kahit pag-champion Liverpool, yung competition wasn't good enough. Parang they were belittling the efforts and the title chances, no? That wala all the other teams mahina, kayo lang yung malakas. So Ryan, anong feeling mo nung narinig mo yan, sinasabi ng mga pundits?
Wala lang, parang sabi mo may mga bias naman talaga sila eh. May kanya-kanyang bias yung mga yan eh. So, parang yung sinasabi ni Sel kanina, parang yata ng Liverpool kaaway lahat ng teams eh. Well, from the history, lahat talagang England, halos
Premier League table
against Liverpool from political stuff and football. So anything they say against Liverpool, pahala kayo sa buhay niyo mag-isip. Parang lahat naman lahat ng teams, kung di ba simula nung nag-start yung season, nung lumayo na yung gap, people are comparing the amount spent on teams. Parang, and then Liverpool's nowhere near the top, somewhere in the middle. Tapos sasabihin nilang the other teams are weak compared to Liverpool or Man City. Tingnan nyo nga yung pinagbibili yung mga player. Yun na lahat eh. Parang kulang na lang kunin nyo si Ronaldo uli or kunin nyo si Mbappe or kunin nyo si Messi kung makuha nyo. Hindi na lang ang kulang sa mga teams nila eh.
Right.
Tapos sabihin nila, the competition is, parang bumalik nga kayo sa realidad.
That's right. Ikaw, Chris, nung nagsimula, yung hindi nag-restart, when the Bundesliga picked up again, nabuhayan ka ba na, okay, there's a chance for the season to continue?
Actually, part of me says na eventually magkakaroon din ng resumption dun sa season ngayon eh. Siguro magkakaroon lang ng delay, I don't know for how long. But I think malakas yung pakiramdam ko na eventually matatapos at tatapusin din nila yon. But at first it was very anticlimactic kasi it's almost there eh. Diba? We're just counting the days. Supposedly, kailan ba dapat tayo mag-champion? March?
April.
Diba?
April.
First week
April?
Yeah.
So nakaplano na lahat and then all of a sudden biglang natigil. So parang, andyan na, di ba? So you can only imagine yung frustration lahat ng mga supporters. Not only for us Liverpool supporters, but lahat ng mga, the entire football community. And then when Bundesliga opened, and of course, they like yung sa France and any other leagues, they didn't actually finish the league, but they just given the title, the trophy to yung nasa top ng ng table nila, and sabi sa akin, actually for me it wouldn't matter if they're just going to to give us the trophy, because if you try to look at the table, I mean, ilan points yung yung difference between us and then yung sa second which is Manchester City, and during that time it was 25 points, di ba? So it would be next to impossible for them to catch up on us. And I said, okay, so I don't have any problems with other supporters bashing us. I mean, accusing us of the Premier League of the FA of giving the title to Liverpool, because the figure would definitely speak for itself. And there is this yung mga sinasabi na it just so happen na mahina yung mga clubs ngayon sa England. Now try to look at the table. Tingnan mo yung figure, tingnan mo yung points. Second to to the number 6, ilan lang yung point difference nila. Actually halos magkan lang. They were parang neck and neck, di ba? Halos magkakaparehas lang eh. It's not that mahina yung mga clubs sa England ngayon. It's just that sobrang galing ng Liverpool ngayon. I mean, we're just, totally exceptional. Way above their league. So, yeah, I mean, you couldn't blame us. You couldn't blame Tito Jorgen for coming up with such a world-class team, di ba? So, ibabash nila, well, bahala sila doon. But as for me, we were just crowned as, champions of England. And before that, we were champions of the world, of Europe, and all that. So, yeah.
Okay, guys, I want you to hold that thought about Jurgen. Yaya just joined us, but she's not wearing red. That's okay.
No, because nothing fits me anymore. Like all my kits are super tight. So I just got home from Heckle and Jekyll. I was with the guys, like
Cool.
Book and Chris and everybody.
Wait.
So I'm a bit drunk. I
Okay.
just dropped by to say hi. Hi, Alex. Hi, Christopher.
Are you gonna stay for the Zoom, the rest of the Zoom?
I am about to throw up. I'm just gonna listen in.
Before you throw
It's
up,
okay. We're champions anyway, so
before you throw up, another class picture. Another class picture. Everyone.
Okay, another class picture. I
Everyone-
can't even see myself. Like, how do I look like? Okay,
All right, you look great. Okay.
let me.
it's all right. Yeah. You look drunk.
Oh, smile, everyone. Smile, smile, smile. Hold on. Class picture. Class picture. Smile.
Yay.
One more, guys. Sayang na wala si Matthew. All right.
So yeah, I just got back home. The lads and I went to Heckle to celebrate. You're not supposed to like hug each other and kiss each other because we're
Social
supposed
distancing, yeah.
social distancing, but we did actually. So we're not posting any of those in public because baka mabash kami because we've been hugging each other and celebrating the best way we can.
I hate
But
to burst
yeah,
your bubble, my dear, but
it's
we're
a
on
big-
live Facebook.
It's a bit bittersweet, if I must say, because we've waited for so long, 30 years, but we cannot celebrate the way Liverpool does. Like,
Right.
but all in all, still we're champions of the world, champions of Europe, champions of England. So
Okay, before you go, and I, of course, I'd want you to stay, but in the event, before you go,
yeah,
how did you feel
Yeah.
when Jurgen Klopp came to Liverpool? Man, how did you feel about that?
no, he's built the team from he's scouted these players, right? We didn't have these players of course, other than Henderson, but Salah and Fabinho he built this team, and I'm just
From the ground.
you can actually say that he's up there with Shankly and Daglish.
Yeah.
He is
Right.
probably better because in a year we have what Super Cup,
That's mine.
Club World Cup,
Okay.
and then Champions League, and then we have Premier League. You can say it's like the best coach, manager we've ever had. But yeah, I hope we keep him for more years until Gerrard takes over, because that's the main goal, like to have Steven Gerrard coach Liverpool.
Very interesting. Okay, guys. Maganda. I hope you don't leave anytime soon. But we'll continue the discussion. Nico, Sel, John, if you're here, Ryan, Chris, when technically, in some ways, Brendan was pushed out just a little bit, and then just to make way for Klopp because they had an idea that this guy's going to take us to the promised land. How did you feel about the appointment of Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager? Let's start with you, Nico.
So, medyo putok na putok yung mga balita nun na papunta siya sa atin, di ba? And then parang sobrang taas ng hype, and then you watch him become champion in the Bundesliga, di ba? And take Dortmund to heights that they haven't touched before. So, parang for me, hindi ko agad inisip na, oh yeah, we're gonna be champions. Hindi ganon. Parang for me, parang inisip ko lang, wow, this is gonna be a fresh start. Mukhang interesting yung tao na to, and then the way he manages a team, something fresh, very charismatic, di ba? So, parang I was just happy na kinuha natin siya. Now, we get to have a restart, and then from there, we can watch him build the team from the ground up, and then look at where we are now. We're the champions.
Nice. Sel, your thoughts about Jurgen Klopp coming over to Liverpool?
I was actually excited with what he can bring because of what he did to Borussia, diba? So parang I hope parang I was waiting at that time, diba, mid-table tayo eh. So I wanted something to revitalize the club, and then maybe his kind of thinking might change where we were at that time. So I was really just excited how he will replicate what he did at Borussia in Liverpool. And then yon, apparently 5 years later, ang galing.
How about you, Ryan? Nung napunta si Jurgen sa atin, did you feel good about it? What were your thoughts, pare?
Same way with the other people. Laging hopeful kasi bagong same din naman nung naging si
Brendan.
Then in the next si Hobson, then bumalik si King Kenny, hopeful pa rin. Naging si Brendan Rodgers, hopeful ka ulit. Yun yung parang trabaho natin as fan, as supporter. Lagi kang hopeful na everything na every time mag-change, change for the better. But knowing, well, aside from those times, aside from King Kenny, si Klopp lang yung na-remember ko na may championship experience sa mga naging na before champions na sila before pumasok as manager ng Liverpool. So, iba yung excitement, and then when I studied yung background niya na he built from the second division, he built the team, bring them to the first division sa Germany, sa Bundesliga. And then move to Dortmund, then build them up again to be champion. So, iba yung excitement na dala niya. And then, sabi nga ni kanina, yung charismatic aura niya.
Yeah.
Hindi siya yung type na tao. Parang welcome lahat. Welcome sa kanya. He hugs everybody. Bago kang kakilala or nag-meet lang kayo kung saan man, sa hallway, i-hug ka or handshake. Sobrang welcoming niya. And kaya din siguro, even before nag-Champions League, nag-Champions marami na siyang naging fan na from other supporter ng ibang club. Sobrang welcoming niya for everybody.
Right. Chris, your thoughts about Jurgen coming over to Liverpool? How did you feel about that? Nakamute ka.
Mute.
Yan, na-unmute na kita. Go.
Yeah. Sorry. It was a breath of fresh air kasi during the time of Brendan, I mean, the fan base were clearly divided eh. There were those who wanted, um, the corporate to axe Brendan kasi he was no longer delivering. And obviously the players were demoralized. I mean, they lacked the energy, the drive to not even to succeed, but even to win matches against the lower table teams, di ba? And we were really, I mean, it was a very difficult time for Liverpool during that time. And then I remember one of the names that came up was si Carlo Ancelotti, and I was pretty much excited because I mean if you look at his yung mga experiences niya, I mean he has a very good credential. Then all of a sudden I read the first time that the news came out that they hired Jorgen. So wow. Kasi I mean look at the guy's charisma, di ba? And he commands the respect of his players. And the one thing I love about him was, I mean, he doesn't care if people would agree with him. And siguro for him, the most important thing is he could gather the team together and then you know um, share his ideas to the team and then achieve their goals together. And for me, it's a very important trait for a manager kasi may mga managers and they're very good tactically. They're very exceptional when it comes to that, but when it comes to man management styles, medyo mahina sila. So still may kakulangan pa rin. For me siguro it's more of a providing us with hope. Although to be honest, I didn't really expect na mananalo kaagad tayo with with Jorgen at the helm. But for me, the fact that we have somebody who can unite the fan base together, for me it's a very parang it's a very one big step. So of course we know what happened, and imagine during his first year, I mean we reached the finals of Europa, di ba? And medyo ano nga lang yun, disappointing nga lang yun. But yeah, so makikita mo ngayon makikita mo yung ability niya, and at the same time yung how passionate he is dun sa vision niya in achieving his goals. But more than that, the one thing I love about him was he's very passionate with football, but he doesn't shy in reminding his players that there are far more important things than football, right? And imagine before the news of the pandemic came out, I mean he was so mad na nagkaroon pa ng mga matches, di ba? And he told us, he told in one of his interviews, he said they could have just canceled it altogether because the health of the players, I mean not only the players but even the fans are far more important than football. I mean, coming from somebody who very passionate with football and yet makapagbigay ng mga ganung klaseng statement, for me it's sobrang hats off ako dun eh. And we're so blessed to have Jorgen kasi we are actually the envy of all the clubs and not only in England but even the more yung mga established leagues like in Spain. So
Now they're trying to steal him away from us.
Yeah.
exactly. So while he's still here with us, I mean i-enjoy natin kasi hindi natin alam kung what's going to happen in the next in the coming years, di ba? So let's enjoy this ride. I mean it's gonna be one heck of a ride for us. And as you can see, di ba?
Ako I follow a lot of football leagues, no, but I have to admit the Bundesliga not too much. My favorite club there is Schalke. So I passingly followed Bayern and the others, but my interest in Borussia Dortmund started because of a colleague of mine, si Ryan Phoenix, who was following Borussia. And he said, Rick, you check out Borussia. They have a very good manager in Jurgen Klopp. So that's when I started to pay attention. And then through no coincidence, they sing You'll Never Walk Alone
Yep.
over at Borussia. And then I really I was impressed with the Gegenpressing, very much impressed by it. I was impressed that they beat a Bayern Munich team that had a bigger payroll, bigger expenditures. So, but eventually he ran out of gas. So I think if you look at what he's done for Mainz to Borussia, Liverpool is the finished product. But in his first 2 years, may mga tinkering kasi people were saying his players were getting tired. But nevertheless, when he left Borussia, so medyo in limbo siya. I know that United was interested in getting him. And I was afraid, like I remember I messaged Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I said, because I've written about him, I've interviewed Zlatan, and I said, don't go to United, go to Liverpool instead.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, sorry pal, it's a done deal.
Oh, man.
So I was afraid that Jurgen might go somewhere else. But buti lang he was on vacation. That's why ang sabi ko, I thought that Liverpool thought they had an opportunity to get him and somewhat push Brendan out just by a bit. No, I knew that this was a guy who knew what it took to battle against the bigger teams like Bayern, diba? I knew the title was around the corner. I just didn't know when. But he's a prophet. He said in his first 4 years, if he doesn't win any bit of silverware, he'll be in Switzerland. Sabi nga niya, di ba? So, ayun. So, sarap ng feeling talaga, no? But we want to hear also from the others. John, I know you're there, John. Ano thoughts mo, John, when nakuha natin to si Jurgen Klopp? Go, John.
Yeah, yun nga. Yeah.
Sige pare, go.
So, sorry, medyo ano lang talaga yung connection ko now.
Siguro,
Mahina. Pero
John,
yeah, I mean,
go.
yeah,
Go.
Borussia, yeah, we've witnessed them play amazing football in Kevin Pressing. Ay, yeah. Sobrang impressive ng Borussia in sobrang
John,
Dortmund,
gawin
and
mo.
they almost won
John,
the Champions League. They won back-to-back titles, I guess, with Bundesliga. And
John,
that experience,
patayin mo muna yung
dadalhin
video.
sa atin need to
John,
no? So,
John,
yeah,
patayin mo yung video mo. Keep
yes,
only the audio on.
na dadalhin sa yes, yeah,
John,
okay.
patayin mo yung video. Yan. Just keep your audio on. Yan. You can talk.
Experience na
Yeah.
dadalhin sa atin no? Yes, all right. And so yeah, I mean, he's done a lot in Dortmund. He's had a lot of success there, though they fell short in winning the Champions League. Pero they won back-to-back titles in the Bundesliga. So I mean, that experience, sobrang hopeful ako nun, and I'm really confident na talagang he's gonna bring a lot of success to us. And yun, I mean, yung passion niya sa football, yung talagang ano niya, yung he runs to the players, he hugs them. You know, honestly, yung opinion, kaya passionate, I guess. Yung, I believe, mas passionate tayo sa ibang clubs. And I guess yung attitude or yung character niya ni Jurgen, talagang it really fits us. So I guess in his first, 2-3 years. Pero I knew talaga deep inside that it was gonna come at some point na mananalo din talaga tayo. So yeah, a lot of hope when he came, really.
Okay. John, don't leave. Ikaw pa rin, ha? Ito.
Rick, sorry. I saw you posted a picture together with Jurgen. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to hug him?
No, but I interviewed Jurgen. I have video.
Sayang lang hug eh.
Alam mo, nakakahiya eh. Naisip ko yun, ha?
Kahit simple lang.
I'm 50 years old, dude. We're the same age. It looks so bad. Okay. John, you can hear me. Okay, for all of you, sino 5 favorite players nyo sa Liverpool?
Yes.
Bakit? Yan. Siguro, John, simulan na natin sa'yo. Total, naka-microphone. Go, John.
Yeah. Siguro, Gerard first, number one kaya.
Yeah.
Kasi I love his long and even yung mga shots. And second, siguro, Gerard first, number one kaya. Kasi controls the midfield very well. Sino pa? Coutinho. Pero he's very technically gifted, you know. From a football perspective. Yeah, napaka ano niya talaga. Technically, galing talaga si Coutinho, especially during his time with us.
Right. Right.
Then Salah. I mean, grabe. He always finds a way. And lastly, alam niyo guys, ang dami talaga eh. Pero siksik ko na Virgil lang. Virgil, yung he's really
Sterling,
an alpha male. When he came in, imagine bago ka sa team. Diba? Pero kaya niya nang i-dictate yung defense, that control, he has that command. And kaya niyang pasunurin yung depensa natin. Kaya niya talagang
exactly
fix the fifth.
Yan. O Ryan, 5 favorite LFC players and why?
Kaya niya nang i-dictate yung defense natin. Yes. Yep, that's it for me.
O Ryan, your turn.
Virgil takes the fifth.
Fowler?
Yep, that's it for me.
Yung mga inabot yun, Fowler, si Owen. Yung tatlo, Fowler, Owen, and Gerard. Tatlo. So,
dalawa ka pa.
Yes. Yep, that's it for me.
And then si Mane and Van Dijk, Virgil.
Nice.
A mix of old and new.
Nice. Sel.
Si Gerard kasi yung technically parang in-betweeners ng mga yun. He built, parang he bridged those generations.
Right. Okay, so far universal si Stevie G. Sel, ikaw.
Of course, Stevie G then. He's the reason why I love Liverpool. Cara, of course. Hanggang ngayon, Liverpool supporter. Sa ngayong team, syempre si Salah, si and I like Henderson for doing what he has done for the team ngayon.
Chris?
Siguro yung yung contemporary natin, of course, top of the list si Gerard. Then there's Daniel Agger, Cara, of course.
Yeah.
I was also a big fan of Torres. I mean, for me, he's always a Liverpool player kasi he was in fairness to him naman, he was a very loyal servant to us, di ba? And Suarez, until nung napanood natin yung mga antics na during the from last year, medyo nainis ako sa kanya. Gusto ko itapon yung book niya. And who else? Of course, Dirk Kuyt. I love that guy. Yeah. And Sami Hyypiä.
Yan. Miko, how about you, Miko?
Well, for me, nasabi na lahat. Siyempre, Gerard, he's up there together with Cara. And then Agger and Skirtle. Mapapansin mo, puro defensive players yung
Kaming angas.
mo, no? Medyo ganun yung mga laruan na gusto ko kasi. I mean, when I used to play, mostly either fullback or center back ganyan. So, sila yung mga taong I look up to. And then, siguro forward or wingers, andyan si Luis Garcia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the guy, Luis Garcia. And then, syempre, yung team right now, Van Dijk and Robertson. And then, meron akong isang player na gusto ko siya, pero hindi ko siya nakitang naglaro or whatever. Nung panahon lang na sobrang sobrang naglo-load up ako ng history and lore ng Liverpool. Nung pick up ako maging fan, si Ian Rush.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Kaya siya naging favorite. Alam niyo bakit? Na nagiinip ako na meron akong pick-up game with him. I mean, ang lakas lang. Pag gising ko parang, wow, Ian Rush, pick-up game. Hindi ko na inisip kung nanalo kami eh. Basta alam ko lang, kalaro ko siya.
Ayun. You'll never know if that might become a reality, my friend.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Kami ni Ryan medyo pareho kasi may edad na rin ako. So I grew up a fan of Robbie Fowler. But I'm gonna mention one player who none of you have mentioned. That's John Barnes. And
Oh yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was playing, kasi I played defense. I was a defender. But I think that I have very good field vision. So I like playing the midfield. So where I can make those passes. So John Barnes was probably one of those midfielders that I first really liked back then. No? And then, of course, Steven Gerrard. As Chris said, he bridged those generations. And then, you know who I really like also? I like Sammy Hipia. He was just a rock right there. Diba? He was Van Dijk before Van Dijk came over to us. Grabe yung si Sammy. And, you know, one other player that I tremendously love talaga is, well, etong si Mo Salah, no? Because the guy, he turned us, of course, Jurgen, you can give Jurgen a lot of credit for that, but he gave us that striker when we didn't have a striker.
Right.
When Balotelli was fumbling and all that, diba? Salah gave us a legit threat post Luis Suarez. And
Correct.
grabe.
Lambert, Borini.
Oo, di ba?
Oo, dami.
Tsaka yung guy, grabe. Ibang klase.
Carol.
You know, they don't call him the Egyptian king for nothing, no?
Yeah.
So, grabe yung Mo Salah. Grabe. And, you know, kita mo yung humility niya. So, malaking bagay yan. But, when nabanggit niyo si Coutinho, I like Coutinho, but do you feel bad when these players force their way out of Anfield? Like, Suarez forced his way out.
Of course.
Ako, my Torres jersey, pinamili ko yung Torres jersey.
Tapos, grabe heartbreak.
Oo, di ba? Sakit, di ba?
Okay.
So, matanong ko kayo,
Sa Chelsea pa.
yung si Coutinho, kasi we felt that he was our best player, di ba?
Yeah.
Post Stevie G. How did you feel when he left? Ryan, ikaw?
Well, in this time, parang in-unfollow ko siya. Basta in-unfollow ko yung sama. Nag-message na ako sa kanya. Nag-PM ako eh. Parang, ayan, basta lahat ng negative na pwede mong sabihin. Hindi ko lang siya, hindi masyadong professional ang dating. Basta nagbigay sa mga loob. Tapos parang nandulo lang nun, bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Kung kami nawala ka. Parang ganon, in that line. Yung kay, tapos in-unfollow ko na siya sa mga...
Kakawalang gana eh.
Talaga. Pero Ryan, di ba may balita ngayon, babalik siya sa Liverpool. Di ba? How do you feel about that?
Ganun lang eh. No.
Hindi ko pa rin siya ipapollow.
Hindi na.
To have a loyal supporter. He missed that.
Right.
Okay, bumalik siya for free. And then, maybe, kung pwedeng for free din yung services niyan, bakit hindi? Pero yung hinabol mo, yun ang mawawala sa'yo. Parang ganun.
Well, ang maganda nito, nanalo ang Liverpool without him. So,
Yeah.
oh, John, pag may umaalis na player tulad nila Suarez, nila Torres, after all, gusto nang umalis, they were going to La Liga. Anong feeling mo about that? Na bad trip ba? Ganun ka ba? Tulad ni Ryan, in-unfollow mo?
Depende, Rick. Depende sa how they went out of the club.
Right.
If yung kagaya nung kay Coutinho, that talagang bad blood yun eh. Kasi, I mean, if I remember it right, the club released a statement that we're keeping him, we're not selling. Diba? Parang may ganun na nirelease na statement yung Liverpool na. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, pero around 30 minutes after, or an hour after, he passed transfer request. Kumalat yun. So, parang somehow, for me, in my opinion, parang napahiya yung club noon kasi we released an official statement. And then, a few minutes or a few hours later, bigla kang hihingi ng transfer request. So, I really felt bad. Depende talaga, Rick, on how they left the club. If yung mga kagaya ni Torres, yeah, those guys, or lalo si Sterling, so yun, medyo bad blood talaga yun. Pero the likes of Sturridge, talagang wala eh. I mean, they don't really fit on the system anymore. Pero at least we're thankful for their contributions in the team. They made us
That's
happy
right.
at one point. So, really depends on
Tama.
the situation.
Tama ka doon. Classy din yung exit ni Sturridge sa Liverpool. No? So,
Yes.
papayag ka ba bumalik si Coutinho sa Liverpool, John? Okay lang ba sa'yo?
Rick, hindi. Though I really admire him, idol ko siya, magaling talaga siya. Sorry.
Pero hindi.
Magaling siya. I mean, Chris, pag naglalaro tayo, I try to imitate him, pero hindi talaga kaya. Pero, I mean, pati sa buhok, sinubukan ko pa yun eh. Sabi ko sa stylist ko, pagaya naman ito. Coutinho, may hati pa dito. Pero alam mo yun, it's over. I mean,
Right.
saka risk din kasi, guys. I mean, he didn't play very well in Barcelona. So, hindi na tayo sure if it's gonna be the same when he comes back. So, not worth it anymore, I guess, in my opinion.
All right. Sel, how about you?
Yeah. Ngayon lang ako naka-get over kay Torres. Nung nag-post siya ng congratulations, natanggap ko na. Yeah.
Again, huh?
Once a
Grabe.
red, always a red. Ganong katagal na nag-ano. Ang sakit nun. Yun yung first heartbreak ko yata sa Liverpool na player. Parang ganon. No, at that time. So, mahirap. Ang feeling mo talaga, betrayal. Parang ganon. Lalo na pag ang reason, iba yung binibigay na reason nilang mas malaking pera or mas magkaroon ng chances na manalo. So parang bakit wala ba dito? Parang ganon. So pero from other players naman na still strongly Liverpool, kahit na na-let go sila or nag-transfer pero hindi naman ganun ka-controversial. Yun, I still follow them on Twitter. Kahit hindi yung end season din nila hindi magaling. I'm okay with them kasi nakikita ko until now they still post and they still support the team. So yun, yun lang talaga yung reason lang siguro at the way they exited the club. Yun yung feeling ko pag betrayal lang nararamdaman ko. Mahirap.
Chris, your turn.
Yeah. Yung mention ko lang muna yung kay Suarez kasi walang bad blood between Liverpool and Suarez kasi he was very honest about it, di ba? And the story when he when some premier clubs offered him big money to sign him, and then Jared was able to talk him out of it, and then telling him wait lang because the bigger clubs would come knocking at your door. I mean, given yung performances niya. So at least he was very honest about it, and even if the management knew for a fact that the next season he will be going to Barcelona, and yet makita mo talaga how he gave his 100% on the pitch. And remember how he cried, di ba? When they
sa Palace.
Grabe yun.
Yeah, how he cried kasi lahat akala natin 2014 is our year pero unfortunately hindi pala. So, yun. I I mean, he was every inch a professional. Whereas yung sa case naman ni Coutinho, who, parang it's very unprofessional. It's like an act of betrayal. Kasi remember, he even called in sick sa practice.
Oh.
And then, di ba? And then they found out that he was just out there partying. He was feigning injury when in fact wala naman. So for me, that's sobrang yun eh. Parang, I mean, given how how we adored him, di ba? I mean, the management was very good at him. Wala, I mean, he was actually our star player, and yet yun yung in his desire to transfer to in his desire to win more trophies. So okay na, kailangan he has to I mean, by hook or by crook, he has to move out of Liverpool, and so all right, go ahead for for 140 million, di ba? And we all know what happened as a result of his yung pagpipilit niya na lumapit sa ibang clubs. Now, with regards to yung question mo kanina, if okay lang na bumalik siya sa atin, siguro okay lang on one condition. First is if Barcelona would agree to for us to buy him for 10 million, 10 million pounds, okay lang. Then after that, we're going to send him out in a loan dun sa lower yung mga lower clubs ng championship or even sa League 2 or what.
Lower clubs?
Wala na. I mean, we're not going to I'm not going to compromise yung flow ng yung cohesion ng team ngayon, no? Kasi he was given his chance, and yet for some reason he flatly rejected it. And so to each his own. I mean, he has to man up dun sa decision niya na umalis sa Liverpool. And now he's actually, parang knocking on, Liverpool's door, di ba? Na please, pabalikin niyo ako. But yeah, sorry. I mean, it's ganun eh. I mean, football can be, very, very cruel, especially sa mga players.
That's right. Nico, your thoughts on those who forced their way out of Anfield?
Well, for me, parang bad blood nga, di ba? Parang ayaw mo eh, di ba? Sige na, alis ka na. Parang gano'n lang. Ako yung taong mabilis lang kausap. Kung ayaw mo, ayaw mo. Di ba? Pero in the case of Coutinho, I think sa atin, or alam mo yun, andun yun eh. Kumbaga, nandun lang lagi yung nangyari na yun. Because the club even urged him to stay here. Right? Kumbaga, parang ginawa naman ni club lahat para mag-stay siya. I mean, the guy was even telling him that stay here and then they'll bid you a statue or whatsoever, right? Parang you just have to be patient right now. Pero I guess hindi rin natin siya masisisi. Kasi, tulad yung sinabi ko, keyword is patient, being patient. Di ba? Not a lot of people, kahit ako eh, di ba? I'm not that patient. Pero, I think kung mas naging patient lang siya ng konti, kung naghintay siya, di ba? Okay sana yung kinalabasan eh. Pero, wala eh. And then, ngayong bumabalik siya, parang, okay lang. Kung babalik ka, you're gonna be a bench player. And then that's it. Sabi nga may isang topic sa chat natin eh. Sabi ni Matthew, parang ako yata yung nag-post nun eh. Kasi parang may nakita akong news na Hoots was sent club a message or something. He was begging to come back, right? Sabi ni Matthew, parang, sige, payag ako bumalik siya, pero pagkatapos nating manalo ng Premier League.
Paano pag kinausap ka ni Ian Rush, bro? Magbabago ba yung opinion mo kay Coutinho?
Kasi, yun eh.
Tapos yung impact mo nga, baka nag-message na si Ian Rush sa'yo, no?
Nung sa panaginip ko pa, may bigote pa siya. Kasi ngayon wala na. Ang lakas lang talaga nun.
Okay, on the topic of itong mga umalis, how do you feel about Michael Owen? Oh, sige. Sino gusto sumagot?
Pero he was very honest about it naman, di ba? Na he really wanted to stay. Tama ba yung pagkakaintindi ko? He didn't actually force his way out eh. Di ba?
Well, that's what he says.
Yeah, but siguro sa akin lang, naging issue lang when he decided to sign for Manchester United. I think yun lang yung naging issue sa akin. But yeah, with regards to him moving to Real Madrid, parang wala naman eh.
Oh, Galacticos din naman yun eh.
Mm.
Pero napansin nyo ba, ito mga those who forced their way out of Liverpool, wala nangyayari sa career nila. Parang
Naging journeyman.
Oh, parang si Emre Can, di ba? Ganun yan.
Emre Can.
Oo, nawala na siya.
Oh, di ba? So, the curse of Anfield, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it's late. We'll ask you one more question before we call it a night. We can always do another one anyways. I know it's too early, but di ba, nabanggit ito earlier, they're the maximum points that you can claim to own the league record. How do you see this panning out for the final 7 matches? Will Liverpool go for the record? Or wala lang? Ryan?
Ryan eh.
Parang, for me, they might give chance sa mga up and coming. So, not push through with reaching that record. Parang, mas madaling i-break yung record ng points kaysa sa mag-champion sa Premier League as far as Liverpool is concerned. So parang who cares about the 100 plus points? Just give the youngsters chances.
Elliot, Williams.
Oh.
Tama.
Mamamatch yung Invincibles na may nakateam silang talo eh. So sige na, tama. John, your thoughts? How do you see the season playing out?
I see it feasible, Rick. Yeah, guys. I mean, I think we can achieve 100 maybe. Yeah. So, I mean, I was computing actually. Possible 107 ata, no? So, tama ba? I think 107 pa yung upper graph. I cannot in. Yep. So, I guess, yeah, we can go for it. We can end up 100.
Right. Sel?
Thinking also of the mindset ni Jurgen, mas ano siya sa exposure din ng ng ibang players. So I don't think na nasa isipan niya na yun na nga to really break that record, but rather yun i-expose yung next batch, yung bench na to that game. Madami ang deep ng bench natin, but syempre hindi nagagamit din lagi. So I feel that that's the way Jurgen will go.
Chris?
Yeah. Siguro it would be okay if Jurgen decide to go out and break the records. Pero of course it would be a wonderful opportunity also na yung mabigyan ng exposure yung mga upcoming talents natin. And for one si Williams who made his debut, di ba? Against was it Everton? Was it Everton or
Palace ata siya, Chris?
Against Palace, and then sila Elliot. So I mean it would be very beneficial for these youngsters. But I think siguro, I mean, knowing Jurgen, no? I mean, he would still, wanted to make a go at it. I mean, breaking the record, but at the same time, provide also exposure to the younglings. So siguro it's going to be very, on his end, siguro it's more of a parang calculated risk. But the guy, he's he wanted to excel. I mean, he's a perfectionist, but yeah, yun lang. I would still go for for the record, and at the same time, providing opportunity for the youngsters. But of course, if you try to look at it, we don't have to prove anything na naman kasi our record speaks for itself, di ba? I mean, we're talking about 4 trophies, major trophies. So, it would be up for him na lang. But regardless of the result, for me, it's okay as long as we already have the trophy, which is actually the most important thing.
Nico, your thoughts, Nico?
Ganun din. I think knowing Klopp, tsaka yung mga diskarte niya, he would give the youngsters definitely more chances to play. I think he would push them. And hopefully, we get to win all the remaining games. Right? And then, tulad nga sabi ni Ryan, who cares about the record points, right? The thing is, for me, mabigyan ng exposure or maboost yung confidence ng mga bata to continue what they have now.
Right.
And then,
And
we go on.
Minamino.
Yeah.
Yep. Medyo, speaking of Minamino, last
Mino. Mini mo.
manage.
Ako ay,
So, kailangan niya na, parang feeling ko napapatig siya. Mabilis siyang mapatig.
Tama.
Observe ko. Parang kailangan niya ng endurance training na matindi. At kailangan niya mag-pop up.
mahirap talaga yung pumasok na mid-season eh, di ba? Ang dami mo
Correct.
fitness na lang, hakabulin mo. I agree with all your points. Tama kayo. I think Jurgen will still try to go for it, but while exposing the others, no? And when they play Man City, they'll go full throttle against Man City.
Yeah.
They don't want to leave any doubt. They want to beat Man City, and tsaka, whether they say it or not, there's a rivalry between him and Pep.
Yeah,
And,
right.
I hope that he gives Lallana more playing time now, because he was a club favorite until the injury.
He is, yeah.
And
Grabe si Lallana nun. Para siyang
hindi nung ating
Lallana. Pinakawalan sa tawla kapag naglalaro siya nun. No?
Remember, di ba? During the last Euro, he was exceptional.
Yeah.
Galing.
I
Injured.
Yun yung mahirap, like Joe Gomez. When Joe Gomez got injured, he lost his place in the starting unit. Mahirap talaga pag na-injure ka. No? So, and I'm happy that Adam got a championship. Di ba? So, before he moves out. And ito nakakatakot ngayon. You don't know what's next after this pandemic. Is there more football for you to play? No? So, those with Liverpool, it's good for them. All I know, pare, mga kaibigan, exciting times for us. I'm happy for all of us. Ang dami natin na injure bilang fans, di ba? So, hindi lang tayo, lahat ng Liverpool fans, no? So, guys, any last words before we call it tonight? Simulan natin kay John.
Such a great day. Really. Never walk alone, guys. Thank you for this.
Ryan, any last thoughts?
Yeah, after the storms of the decades, the golden sky is here.
Galing. Ganda nun. Sel?
Sige, sabihin ko na. In 30 minutes, it will be my birthday. So this was a very
Happy
amazing
birthday!
gift.
Birthday.
Cheers na lang. Social distancing cheers.
Grab ko na lang yung pansit.
Ganda ng regalo sa'yo ng LFC.
Kaya nga, so grabe. Ang saya-saya ko lang today.
Grabe. Oh, Chris, last thoughts?
For me, it's all worth the wait. But even if we didn't win Premier League today, it wouldn't change the fact that Liverpool would still be my team. Yeah.
Nico, last words?
Campeones! Ole!
Ako, last words ko, aside from yon, Campeones, ang sarap i-celebrate to kasama kayo. Kasi parang hindi naman tayo masyado marami rito eh. Marami rin, kalat-kalat lang.
Hindi na ako island.
Oo, hindi ka na island pare. Mga isla na tayo, 7,001. Pero ang sarap when you celebrate this with fellow fans, di ba? Narinig natin ang kwento nyo, yung mga inyong pananaw, yung mga dinaanan ninyo, yung pagiging fan nyo. Yun yung masarap eh. Nasi-share mo. You feel the same way So in many ways, we're brothers, we're sisters, and all that stuff, di ba? So maraming salamat for tonight, guys. Kahit dun sa mga nawala, tulad ni Alex, sabi ni Alex, masama internet connection niya. Si Matthew, ganun din, mukhang naubos na yata yung load.
Mhm.
I think they're all wasted already because they've been drinking since this morning.
So, hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Bob Guerrero, congratulations daw sa atin lahat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man City fan yun eh.
Kami naman.
Salamat, Bob.
Nakarami na sila.
Oh. Hi, Bob.
Maraming salamat, guys. Good night. I'll see you
Thanks for
soon.
having us,
Thank
Rick.
you, Rick.
Sure.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
You'll never walk alone.
Yeah.
Never walk
All
away.
right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Walk